Buongiorno, welcome back to our sessions. And first of all, I have to thank all the subscribers, old and new, everybody who liked my videos and shared my videos. Also, everyone who left a comment, including those who wrote a comment asking if a certain sentence was correct. For example, in the video that you can find, of course, about eating outside, the title of the video is What Not to Say When You're in Italy. There is a suggestion of how to ask to eat outside. Obviously, I do give you ideas, but it doesn't mean that there is only one option. So feel free to ask if you have any ideas, any sentences, any other options which are different from the one the one I suggested. Feel free to ask me. Also, it is useful for others who can read the comments and use the option if they prefer. So thanks again, and please do continue to like, share, and follow my my videos. Let me remind you also that if you want to know more about a certain topic, do leave a message with a question. It can be a topic in general, it can be a specific question or a word in particular. And one more thing, I do personal lessons, individual lessons. So if you're interested, again, do contact me and we can find a slot that is convenient for me and you as well. The lessons are one-to-one or very small group. I would say normally not more than 3, otherwise it just gets a little bit more, a little bit harder really and then you get less time, obviously, less individual time for yourself. A very small group, better with other people that you know, not necessarily, but it is better. But the most important thing is when there is a lesson for a small group is that the people in the group have a similar learning pace. Everybody has a different pace. It doesn't matter that one person is better than the other. We just have different skills, different talents. So that is not a problem. But in order to get progress and in order for everybody to be happy and have a smoother lesson, then it is better if the pace is similar, if not the same. Anyway, today we are going to talk about days of the week, in the sense, how do we say, I'm going to do something on Sunday, for example, or I did something on Sunday. In English, obviously, you use the preposition on, and some people want to translate this preposition into Italian. And obviously the preposition on, the first meaning of the preposition on is su, but it doesn't work in Italian. First of all, su, or at least the main meaning of su, is on top of something. There are other contexts that you can use this preposition. Anyway, it does not work when you're talking about days of the week. So let's see what we can do instead. I'm going to share my documents, which I have already prepared. I'll also put my glasses on so I can see what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I've written, as you can see in red, is what not to say. So you cannot say su sabato if you want to say on Saturday. Let's see instead what we can do when you're talking about activities that you have done or you're going to do on, in particular in these examples I've chosen Saturday, but it doesn't make a difference whichever day of the week we are talking about. So this is, the first line is what not to do. Right, depending again on the context. In fact, let's leave this second sentence, we'll leave it for later. Let's jump instead on these options. So if you want to say that, for example, last Saturday or on Saturday last week, you did something, you can say sabato scorso, which is last Saturday. And then obviously with the past tense. If you want to talk about something that you are going to do next week on a Saturday, then you can say sabato prossimo, followed by the verb in the future. So this is, as I said, last Saturday, next Saturday. You have another option as well. You can do without scorso and prossimo. What you can do is simply using the day of the week, sabato in this case, followed by the verb in the correct tense. So if you say sabato ho fatto una festa, I threw a party, literally I did a party. You don't need to say last Saturday because you're using the verb in the past, so we know that it has happened already. And it is an assumption that it is the Saturday just gone. If instead you're talking about something that you're going to do next Saturday, the Saturday, coming Saturday, we use just the day of the week, sabato, with the verb either in the present tense or in the future. So it would be sabato faccio una festa or farò una festa. Faccio, just to be specific in case some of you don't know, very often in Italian, we use the present tense when we're talking about the future, especially if it's the very near future. Otherwise, obviously, you can use the future tense, which is farò. And let me remind you, farò is supposed to have an accent. I've put an apostrophe because I still cannot find an accent in fact, an accent, the vowel with an accent on this document. So do not put an apostrophe. In another program I can, but because I'm using this very simple one, as long as I'll remind you that it's not supposed to be an apostrophe, it's supposed to be an accent. So going back up here, you also, you must have seen il sabato. We're going to stick to the same sentence. Il sabato faccio una festa. When you have the days of the week with a definite article, like in this case, literally the Saturday, it means ogni sabato, meaning every Saturday, or in English, you can also say on a Saturday. So this means that every Saturday or on a Saturday, on a regular basis. So this is something that you do every Saturday. For example, il sabato vado al cinema, meaning every Saturday I go to the cinema. Il sabato faccio una festa. Every Saturday I throw a party. So in English, as I said, you can say on every Saturday. which is singular, like it would be in Italian if you decide to use ogni instead of using the definite article. So little recap. If you want to say on Saturday, in this case, or every day of the week, do not use su, which is the main meaning of the preposition on, but it doesn't work with days of the week. Instead, you can use either sabato scorso, last Saturday, sabato prossimo, next Saturday, or you can also do without scorso and prossimo and just use the day of the week followed by the verb either in the past tense, meaning that it happened last Saturday, or present or future tense, which means it's going to happen next Saturday. As we're talking about days of the week, a very quick reminder. Days of the week are masculine, most of them, almost all of them, in fact. So we have lunedì, martedì, mercoledì, giovedì, venerdì, sabato. They are all masculine. And only domenica, which is Sunday, is feminine. And just another little thing about days of the week. Monday, sorry, no, this is in English. Lunedì, martedì, mercoledì, giovedì, venerdì, they all have an accent on the last E. So you have to pronounce them with the intonation needs to go up, is lunedì, martedì, mercoledì, giovedì, venerdì. Unfortunately, I do hear a little bit too often mercoledì or lunedì. In this case, if you say lunedì, it means you have put the stress on the word on lunè, on the second syllable. Instead, when you have an accent, which in Italian we only have an accent at the end of the word, so on the last vowel, so the stress on the word is on the very last syllable. So it is not lunedì, is lunedì, martedì, mercoledì, giovedì, venerdì. So it needs to go up, the intonation goes up. And I think that is it for today. So you don't get too much information or too many things that it's difficult to absorb. So let me remind you again to like, subscribe if you're listening to the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, and share the videos with whoever may find them useful. Leave comments either to let me know if you enjoyed it, or with if you have questions, for example, either on the videos that you've just watched, or if you want to know more about something else. So I will go now and I will see you later. Ci vediamo. Ciao. Arrivederci.